When we think of global warfare, we imagine sovereign nations. We picture official flags on uniforms, international treaties, and state-funded militaries operating under strict rules of engagement. But the rules of the game have fundamentally changed. In the 21st century, geopolitical dominance is no longer achieved solely by deploying national armies. It is achieved through outsourcing. It is achieved through massive, unaccountable shadow organizations operating entirely off the books. Welcome back to Anime Atlas Tour and Episode 3 of our classified Africa Risk Assessment series. In our previous episodes, we exposed the resource wars of the Congo and the informal gold pipelines of the Sahel. Today, we are answering the ultimate question. Who is stepping into the chaos to secure these multi-billion-dollar assets? The answer lies in the lower left corner of our intelligence map. We are exposing the rise of the Africa Corps, the rebranding of the most notorious private military contractor network on the planet. This is the story of how an unregulated shadow force is methodically taking over the African continent, country by country. Before we decode this massive shift in global power, hit that subscribe button right now. We are releasing deep geopolitical intelligence that mainstream networks gloss over, and you need to be subscribed to catch every piece of the puzzle. To understand the rise of these private security conglomerates, you have to understand the massive geopolitical vacuum that was created over the last 5 years. For decades, Western powers, primarily France and the United States, maintained a significant military presence across the Sahel and Central Africa to stabilize governments and secure strategic interests. But widespread political unrest, shifting alliances, and a series of military transitions in countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger completely altered the landscape. The traditional Western security umbrellas were rapidly pushed out or forced to withdraw. This created a terrifying scenario for local governments. They were suddenly left completely exposed, facing highly organized, well-funded insurgent networks, the exact networks we mapped in Episode 2. These fragile governments needed a solution, and they needed it immediately. They didn't want international lectures on policy, they wanted sheer tactical enforcement. And a shadow force was waiting in the wings to provide exactly that. Enter the private military contractors. Initially operating under independent corporate banners, these entities offer what is known in intelligence circles as a regime survival package. They provide elite tactical training, heavy equipment, and direct combat support to local governments. But these shadow armies do not operate for free, and fragile states often do not have the hard currency to pay them billions of dollars. So a new highly lucrative business model was created, the resource concession. Instead of cash, the host countries pay these private contractors with direct access to their most valuable national assets. The contractors are granted exclusive mining rights to undocumented gold reserves, diamond mines, and critical mineral deposits. It is a brilliant, entirely self-sustaining loop. The contractors provide security, which allows them to secure the mines. They extract the wealth, export it through informal global networks, and use the massive profits to fund their own ongoing operations. They are not just an army for hire. They are a heavily armed multinational mining corporation operating above the law. For years, this network operated with a degree of plausible deniability, completely separate from formal state apparatuses. However, following internal structural changes and high-profile leadership shifts within the Eastern European sphere, the model evolved. The intelligence dossier indicates a massive consolidation. The fragmented mercenary groups have been brought under a more unified state-backed umbrella, currently operating under the banner of the Africa Corps. This is no longer just a group of independent contractors chasing gold. It is a highly coordinated geopolitical strategy. By embedding themselves into the security apparatus of multiple African nations, this state-backed umbrella effectively controls the flow of resources and wields massive political influence without ever officially declaring war or deploying a formal national military. Why does this matter to the rest of the world? Look at the map as a whole. This shadow network is not just picking random countries. They are strategically positioning themselves across a continuous belt of land from the Red Sea to the Atlantic Ocean. By dominating this specific geography, they achieve two massive strategic goals. First, they secure a chokehold on the critical minerals required for global technology, directly challenging Western supply chains. Second, and perhaps more importantly, They are positioning themselves directly across the major transit corridors that lead to the Mediterranean. They are securing leverage over the most volatile geopolitical pressure point of the 21st century. The expansion of these private military conglomerates proves that the future of global conflict is corporate, unregulated, and fought entirely in the shadows over raw materials. This intelligence assessment is nearly complete, but the most critical piece of the map remains. If you want to understand the hidden forces shaping the globe, you must subscribe to Anime Atlas Tour right now. Hit the bell notification and join the community. Next time in our epic finale, Episode 4, we will decode the final layer of the map. We will trace the migrant routes and smuggling crossroads, the unapproved logistical networks that move illicit goods, undocumented wealth, and human lives across the Sahara Desert. The dossier is almost fully open. I want to hear your perspective in the comments. Do you believe the era of traditional national armies is over, replaced by these corporate military contractors? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in Episode 4.